Hey everybody, this is Mickey D with episode 4 of the Space Engineers Survival Overhaul. And this one's going to be a little bit different if you haven't watched the last one. We're jumping into a creative world with, let's see, Redship. And I'm going to do some testing because we were playing on a server in the last episode if you haven't watched it. And the hydrogen generators were being a bit buggy, and you know what? Before I should even go through this, I should see if there's any reports on the Keen forums, because obviously if there is a bug, I'm assuming somebody would have reported it. Okay. On the forums, it says there's another. It says there's no bug report forum or anything for the test, and everybody says either they're bugs that have existed for years and are still there, or several more tips, tricks. Let's see, hunger for startman recovery. Most of these are not. There's a few, but yeah, or they've said people are too busy playing it and don't want to actually post any bugs. Oh, actually, they've got a new support portal. Okay, so oh, they're actually still supporting minor world public test. Inventories. Your period doesn't have stone. Not charging after being turned on. When turbine is not producing this hydrogen generator not turning on. Disable batteries. If you drop dropping 5,000 stack of ice into a small ship collector causes a crash. Oh, nice. Well, in creative mode, hydrogen will work. However, if I build it in survival mode, it will not consume or turn on. If H2O2 generator is directly connected with ice or connected through conveyor pipes, it will not turn on if connected to a filled H2 tank. Now, it should turn on with a filled H2 tank. We did notice that it did obviously. Now, obviously, I can see it not working with ice because you have to refine the ice and the generator. Obviously, the hydrogen O2 generator. Hydrogen power block needs oxygen to function. Well, it's an H2O2 generator, so I think it's used up on the ship by the hydrogen only, but hydrogen combustion outputs water exhaust, so it should have a journey ice if you're intending to model it accurately. Yeah, people are going, obviously some people are going overboard on it as well, because one person is like, yeah, you need oxygen to burn your hydrogen as well. And then somebody's like, well, it would actually obviously output water vapor in the exhaust. So you'd be basically generating, a small amount of ice back off of it, which nobody's actually going to do. So it's, they're going a little bit too far into it. But, yeah, the O2H2 we ran into is you can't run the generator with ice connected directly to the engine without powering it with some other means first, because you don't have any hydrogen to start the engine to run O2 generator, H2O2 generator. Now, you should be able to fill a tank and just start it up because there's H2 already there. You know, because it's basically a combustion engine, so it shouldn't need anything power if it's already got the hydrogen gas. You know, yeah, we have run into it not consuming the full supplement hydrogen in the start combust. The same up. I think the full power engine is fueling nonstop. H2 engine should be running. I checked the engine though it's running refiner. Not a single. Yeah. Somebody just said, they posted that it wasn't using fuel, and they said, oh, I just realized it was because I was running in creative. My bad. Sorry. Okay. Well, I'm not seeing. Yeah, so basically Keen has a separate support. It doesn't show up in the forums now. I don't know when they've done that, but everything was moved. So we will see, because I'm not seeing anything that really, you know, matches. So we're going to respawn in the medical room. And here we are. All right, so we should be in creative. Not that I guess we actually need any resources anyway, but, you know, I was really thinking about that. I just, you know, why be floating around in the middle of space and nowhere when we can, you know, pop in something. All right, so what do we want to start with? Let's start with the cockpit. Why not? Now, the purpose of this basically is we're going to make a little, well, first of all, we could do this the really, really basic, easy way, which is just throw a hydrogen generator, an engine, a battery, which is what we did before, and it didn't work. Wow. What happened to our conveyor ports? That's weird. That's a weird bug. So if you're in creative, your conveyor ports doesn't show up on the back, because they were there a minute ago in survival. Interesting. Okay, so we want that. Need a lot more. Okay, so why is it so far away? Why don't you? Oh, that's the big one. Yeah, that's the large grid. I just realized that when I attached it. Why are you? Don't. Nope, not that one. That's the Windows button. Isn't there a zoom in out for block closeness in creative? I'm never in creative, so I can't remember. I could have swore there is though, but it's alright, we can get close. Okay, there we go. That's what we want. So our hydrogen engine, I was trying that. Yeah, it's not working. I thought it was like shift or control. No, I'm just placing a whole bunch of ones. No, I didn't want that. Yeah, I thought it was like oh, wait a minute. There we go. Okay, now it's control. Okay. Yeah, I thought there was one. Now that not that we need a ton of these floating around, but okay, here we go. Plenty of space, you know, we can bump into it and it can go flying off. Now, 3. All right, so our engine. We could connect them in, not that way. See, I was kind of thinking if you did that, it would connect them, and we could have one on each side. So you could kind of do something kind of like that. Because else, what else do we have? 4, and then our, if we do that, which is kind of how we had it. If it wants to snap, come on. Snap. Oh, it might not want to. Oh, there it goes. Had it for a second there. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Well, that didn't work. Oh, that's right. We got to center it. And it might not want to do that. We might need to. Oh, other way. Come on, turn around. I was going to say, you were working earlier. That's how we had it hooked up. Is that right? Did we get it? Nope. Yeah. There we go. And yes, that's correct. Okay, so if we do that, which that'll give us 5. I don't remember if they produce the same amount of power or not. I think they produce, so the big one produces 5, and these ones produce 1 megawatt, I think. So similar to the reactors. Huh. Yeah, I thought I was seeing another conveyor port on there for a second, but nope, I guess that was just me. Okay, so that would connect. That would give us 2 of them. And now, obviously, we have a little bit of space in the middle to put, like, you know, beacon and whatever else we want to do in there. Gyros, you know, things we kind of... antenna? What? Oh, I saw the connector hooking through. So, like, I don't know, antenna. We don't need a cockpit. A2. Now, oh shoot, we're gonna need more than one of those. We already know that. One's not enough to keep up with 1 engine. At least it wasn't on the small one when we were testing. I think, you know, it's not necessarily the way it was supposed to be. You know, I can't see having to just have a ton of these. And of course, now I've bumped it, and it's gonna go floating around. Yeah, I could see how. So it's H2O2 generator, and then it's hydrogen engine. Yeah, you could connect them on the front, but it's going to kind of block your view. I guess it's not that bad. Yep. All right, we need some gyros. And I'm kind of thinking, let's sit. I don't know, we'll just throw, let's say 2 gyros, I think. And I'm trying to get it to hook into a, thank you. And I want to put either a beacon maybe or an antenna. Antenna would not be bad, especially if it's a minor. But we will stick a beacon on somewhere as well. Okay. we should just throw some... just to get the thing to stop moving. Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, I think we can probably fit those around on the outside pretty easy. You know, those are... Not that I think we'd actually ever really need to hook the mini batteries in either. There we go. It's a flying brick. Now, we could just load this into survival and throw some ice in it. Actually, we could probably throw some ice in it to start. Before we get too much farther into it. I can get out of my way. All right. There we go. It's not going to go anywhere for now. That'll be suck if we need to get underneath it. I should have thrown it up on some higher blocks. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Oh, yeah, we actually got a little bit of space. Yeah, we'll throw a couple batteries down underneath there, which I did have. Oh, high voltage. How nice. We'll do that. All right. 4. That's the engine, which... There we go. So, we need to run some conveyors up, though. Though we could hook into the front for conveyors. The other thing I wanted to see is... Oh, I forget you could do that nowadays. Yeah, I forgot we could have gone in like admin mode. And that would have worked too. Yeah, we'll progress on it and then do that. Why not? Actually, hang on. Save, yes. Exit the main menu. Cancel. I did save. Oh, yeah. All right. Use the LCD in cockpits. Oh, are the LCDs in the cockpits? There is mods to do that. At default in the game, no, not unless they've changed them and I haven't realized. Oh, thanks for the subscribe, Damon Knight. All right, so we're going to edit settings. We'll go into survival mode, private, and we just want to make sure that, first of all, let's just turn off thruster damage because we don't care about that. We don't care about actually, let's just leave that on. Delete. Oh, well, yeah, I can do that in oh, wait a minute. Did we set it to 10x? Okay. Yes. All right. So we will load. Oh, when you power down the ship. Have they not done that before? I didn't notice that. Oh. Oh, so you can hear the engine starting up. They're kind of noisy. Yeah, they haven't. That's nice. So maybe they are working towards doing that because there is mods. There's a couple cockpit mods where you can
basically add kind of parts to the outside, and they correspond to add parts to the inside. Yeah, that's kind of cool, because there's a lot of stuff that they added, like little tweaks and stuff like that, that is not in like the update notes or the change log. I mean, I'm sure they just kind of hit the highlights, but yeah, that is pretty cool. So hopefully eventually they will, you know, do that. But there is a few mods that do that, where, you know, you add, there's a couple cockpit mods where it adds little blocks on that you put on, and like it'll correspond to adding, like, you know, like a display up here or over here, or, you know, here, add a light, a couple other things too. It's been a while since I messed with it. It's kind of neat, you know, and it does give you some programmable blocks and stuff that you, or screens that you can, you know, set stuff to. That, you know, kind of makes them, when you place it here, it's basically, you know, it's got an invisible connection to the screen in there. So, and they act like just a regular LCD screen. I don't think they had the lights on there either, did they? On the outside? No. Alright. So, we're not in creative. So what is that running on? Stored power, small battery, stored power 50 kilowatts. Not using power, not outputting power. So we've got the same bug we're having on the big ship. I mean, literally we have no fuel in it. And we are in survival mode now. And obviously there's nothing in there. And to double check. Yeah, we're in survival mode. Obviously, too, we probably not going to let us. Yeah. Okay. So, that seems like, I don't know, that seems kind of bugged. And I do want to try with only one of those and see. And no, we'll do two. I mean, from what we've been able to tell is, technically we probably need 3, because one for each engine, and they take over slightly over 1, so then you would need another one. So you'd either have to make a really long skinny ship if you want to, like, you know, this is supposed to be going to be a minor. I think we're going to change this a little bit and do that, because that'll give us the 2, and now we can come back into, I do want a hydrogen tank. And which is down here. No, it isn't. Okay, I'll mess with that in a minute. Hydrogen tank. We're going to need hydrogen tank. We're going to need... What else are we going to need? Well, we're going to need a connector, obviously. We're going to need small conveyor tubes. We might need a conveyor frame. I'm not sure. And... we don't need a collector. I could put an ejector on there, and then, well, we don't really need to do the stone dust anymore, because we could run it through the survival one. So it's not really. I like to have a programmable block on there, even if we don't have a program in it. I haven't ever really messed with scripts too much, and so I bet we could always do a preloaded one, you know. For a couple of things. And why not LCD screen just in case? Obviously, we need some drills. Okay. And we don't need Well, we could do some heavy armor block, but I don't really... Hydrogen thrusters, obviously. All right. So, which one of these is off? Oh, yeah. And let me guess, I just pulled it out of the inventory, right? So I can't actually... Well, actually, we're working on the back end, so we don't need the drills in there right now. Hydrogen... Hydrogen O2 generator. All right. And we'll turn it around. Okay. Now, if we wanted to, we could continue that up for the conveyor ports. Or actually, you know what? That'll give us our good... That might give us our reverse thrusters right there, too. All right, that's good, because it gives us more space on the inside. We can throw some more beacons in there. Or throw a beacon in there. Up and down thrusters. Yeah. Except we have to figure out how we're going to pull conveyor port off of there. Because we've blocked them all, or used them all except for that one. Now, honestly, I don't know if we should, you know, put 2 sets on there. I mean, it seems like as fast as it was running, which I'm assuming was bugged, you know, that it should not be drained completely. Not, you know, one of these should not be able to keep up with one engine, especially since, you know, in the large ship, one of them definitely keeps up with one engine. I would like to have a tank in there, so that yeah, I don't know if I want to have that on a miner, though. I really wish they made some smaller tanks. And I'd kind of like to set... Yeah, maybe we won't do tanks. That's just freaking huge, man. Maybe we'll pull it right off. It's just, I don't like that, because if you run out of ice... I mean, you got... Oh, well, you know what? We could do an LCD screen and keep the ice inventory. We could have a script with, you know, monitoring how much ice we have, because it's basically our fuel level. So that would work. All right. And we're going to do... We do want a beacon on it. Since, you know, most servers, if you play it on a server, they do the standard, got to have a beacon. I'm tempted to throw a remote control on it, but I don't want to go too fancy on it. Though I might not want the beacon there. My thought was, if we run a line conveyors there, we could do... Oh, actually, well... Yeah, maybe not. My thought is if we run some conveyors down through there. But the hydrogen thrusters are only 1, so we don't have to mount them flash. No, a lot of servers you have to have a beacon on to keep the ship from being wiped. So it's not a usage thing. It's the physical beacon block has to be on it, or when the server does the automated wipes, it'll wipe off. Yeah, the beacon block is kind of like the standard. There's one server that I'm on every now and then that does... you have to have a space ball for whatever reason, but 99% of the servers, if they have an automated, it's basically a beacon, because if it doesn't have a beacon on it, it's considered trash. So anything I design, I always put a beacon on it. I might not always put an antenna, but I always do put a beacon on it. But I like to have the antennas on the miners. Yeah. Oh, hey, Parl, how you doing? Yeah, which is, that's the, you know, the kind of one they did default. It's always been, it's kind of always been the standard. You know, I don't, somebody, I guess, kind of figured that no matter what ship it was going to have a beacon on it. And, you know, that's what they kind of picked. Because it follows true for stations, too. I mean, you might not have thrusters on a station or something, but you're going to have a cockpit, you know. You're going to have some way to control it. You're going to have, you know, miscellaneous other stuff. But I'm doing pretty good. My wife may have totaled her car today, but, you know, other than that, it made for an interesting day. So, yeah. Try not to think about it too much right now. So we're gonna want a line of conveyors and a line of conveyors. And, you know, this is all subject to change at this point. I have no idea. No, she was fine. She just, you know, her neck was a little sore. But unfortunately, the bad thing is I could have swore we had full coverage on both of our cars, and we only had liability on hers for whatever reason. Yeah, and it looks like they're considering her at fault. So, yeah, it's not going to be fun. But, yeah, what are you going to do? All right. And connectors, conveyors, what do we want? I appreciate it. What else do we need? Car container. That would probably be good. We need somewhere to store all the ore goodness that we're going to pick up. And I'm tempted... We could probably actually go down a little bit lower too. We don't... I don't know. I'm trying to keep it not overly huge. Or make it overly huge. We're going to have a lot of space on the inside, though, if we don't get it kind of tied in together. Now, we could do something very basic. I don't know. And, well, actually, we can have a line of thrusters in the back, too. So if we did, like, a connector port... Yeah, I don't know. We're not looking too fancy there. And I don't see the... I want to do one on the bottom. Can we do a... Oh, you know what? I always forget that... Oh, never mind. I always look at the hydrogen thrusters and I'm thinking that they're, you know, one block. Because, you know, ion thrusters. All right, what do we got? 5A... We shouldn't need that anymore. We told the connector off, so we're not going to do that. All right. I want, where is, not a conveyor sorter. Where is the, oh, probably the, yes. So this, yeah, this is my other thought, was that the engines are kind of designed to, you know, you do have the, come on, go back to the, I hate that. You know, you do have the line of 3. So, you know, an engine would fit on one, and you could do the hydro O2 generator on the other one. Yeah. I know. I'm trying not to make it, like, you know, look like every single one of my other miners. Because my thought is, like, if I did something like that, I kind of like to have more cargo space, though. But I usually do pay on 10x, so it's usually quite, you know, even one cargo container is quite a bit of space. We could make it a double, you know, we could do something double height like that and do 4 and center the cockpit more. Or bring it up a little bit. I actually saw a design that I really liked that was similar to that. And then that gave it room to have the build and repair system underneath and then tie in to one of the like, you know, they had a couple of these. The frames on the inside to kind of, you know, get the rest of it. Because, like, you can always put this in there. That's the same space as the build and repair. So, like, we don't have the mod loaded, but if, you know, come on, mount on the right side of it. Really? You're going to just try to go underneath, aren't you? You know, if you did that, then if you're on a server that has a build and repair, you can just delete that, put the build and repair there. It'll fit in the exact same spot. And it's the same way. It has no conveyors around it, so you don't accidentally hook something to like this. So it's a nice little thing that you can do. But it really needs to, and I ran into this before, if you're going to do that, it's got to be tied into the big inventories. Like we could do one right, here. Because otherwise you can't get your big parts to the, if the build and repair can't pull through the big parts, it's only going to repair the small parts. Like, pull computers and stuff through. But I should have taken a blueprint of that other one. And it's actually on another server I'm on. I did kind of like it. And it was oh no, it wasn't hydrogen. But I don't know if I'm really liking that too much. I do want more cargo space, though, and I do kind of want it to be a little bit taller. I just don't know how. See, those are centered, so we can't drop down off of it unless we do a conveyor port. I don't know. Let's try doing a thin one. Maybe we'll just do like a line of, like 3 drills and call it good that way. We don't have to get overly fancy. This is basically a test rig anyway. I've got 2 thrusters up and down, and if we wanted to save, that would give us a build and repair that's tied in off of that inventory. I wouldn't tie in that inventory though. Yeah. Well, we don't have build and repair right now anyway, so we're not gonna worry about it. The other thing you can do is just do that, and then if you have your conveyor port, kind of matches them up a little bit closer. So if you had a build and repair there, it would fill in, and then, it's not a complete mismatch between the sizes. All right, but that only gives us 1 cargo container. I kind of want 2, so we'll put it back to how I originally had it. We'll go off of that. Now, what else do we need? I like to have a few more thrusters in there and not have... We'll do 4. We'll do that. And then we might armor it a little bit with blocks. So in case we go bumping into something. Oh, let's turn them around the right way. And I don't know, 4 might be a little bit overkill. Probably actually for hydrogen, it probably is a little bit overkill. But I'd rather have a little too much than not quite enough. And anything else? We want to throw a couple more batteries in there. I think we got 1 spot that's empty. So we could throw another battery, unless what do we have? Anything else? Oh, you know what we haven't put on? Yeah, we should probably have an ore detector. But that is 2 spots. And you know what we'll actually do is we can put it right here on the gyro, because it'll be right in line with our thrusters, which are going to be sticking up through. So that should, I think, work pretty good. And then we can do our blocks. And actually, you know what? We might pull it. Oh, we can't. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And then what we'll do is we don't need the conveyor tubes right now. Oh, I do want to add a projector in too. I always like to have one when any of my ships. I like to have a build and a projector to repair it. Yeah, I'm not going to add the remote control. And there I am, always losing the parts. Gyro, thank you. I'm going to put them... Oh, thank you. Oh. Why are you being a pain in my... What was gyro? 9? You were mounting the gyro a minute ago. Or did I have it turned around the other way? Oh, you know what we could do too is, actually that would probably work better. 9. Let's do the other gyro there. G. There we go. That will work. Yeah, and we'll do some armor blocks around that. Said, it's not going to be anything overly pretty, but it'll get the job done. All right, we don't need that in there. And we're going to do... Actually, let's not... Maybe we'll do down below. Oh, actually, yeah, we could, maybe we'll do up top. Yeah. Oop. There. And I try to keep my thrusters balanced if possible. So we've got 4 up, 4 down, 4 reverse. And, G. They do stick out. Yeah, my thought... You know what? Maybe we'll actually just throw a couple more on there. Oh, have a good night, Parl. It's good to see you once again. There we go. You know, I should just have symmetry mode on because I'm pretty much making it symmetrical. I say that and I'll put the first part on that is not. Why not? I think that'll work. I thought about just putting them right there, but actually, you know what I kind of want to do? It's not that. We'll put one there. Oh. Let's not have it backwards. And then we can have one off to each side. Because I do like to see when I'm mining. And you know what? We got that lovely little space right there. Why not put one on the bottom? Going up. Now, we are going to change this a little bit. Because what I want to do... Oh yeah, now we're in survival, so we don't have any fuel. I am kind of thinking about lining that with batteries, just to give us extra... well, we're doing hydro, though, so we don't really need, you know, a ton of power. We could throw the programmable block in there, though. You know, because it's we can access it through the interface, so we don't really need it. And we'll throw a couple on there. So, oh, actually, are those no, it's one. Oh, I was one. There you go. What? Oh, you can't. Yep. Oh, now you're green. Okay. Oh, I was facing it at the The other one. Oh, let's make them face the same way. Just, yeah, they've done the same thing on the programmable blocks. They have the, what are you... Oh, because they're supposed to, oh, yeah, we must have got the other one on the back. That's all right. We'll just do that then. We don't really care. As I say that, and then I end up pulling the thing off to, I don't know. I usually at least want them to face me. But, yeah, so we'll do that, and then we can do 5... Conveyor block, conveyor block, conveyor block. Now, the question is, do I want to do it like that? I might not. I'm thinking I might want to put them back a little bit farther. And my thought was, if we do it there, then I can actually do one up here, maybe. Maybe one down there. I actually don't need that line now. And what we can do is thruster, 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 connector. I don't really want the connector on the back. Oh, that's why I was doing that. Yeah, I kind of wanted the connector on the, well, we could put the connector on the cockpit. Might do that, because then we can run back into these conveyor lines, which will feed back in through the rest of our system, because the only thing really coming through that should be ore. Yeah, I haven't really decided on that one yet. That would be away from any thrusters, which would be good. And then if we do... actually, you know what? We could just make... I was going to say, we can make that be a conveyor line just for redundancy, but we don't really need it. And we'll put a camera. We already got that. We've got that. We don't... we've got some spotlights. We might throw a couple more on, though. Let's turn the camera right side up. Alright, there goes a little backup camera, if somebody so chooses to use it. Which we might not actually need. Depends if we put the, I kind of like the connector under the cockpit. I'm kind of leaning towards doing that, because it should, and then we wouldn't really need a backup. And we could actually just add another, why not? We'll add one more thruster. So we'll have 5 in the back, give us a little bit more speed. We don't have a left and a right, though. Which really, if we wanted to, I mean, we could kind of do a... I mean, we could do something like that. It's going to be such a flying cube. 1, 2, 3, 4. We could not put any on them. Nah, we might as well balance it out. Actually, do we have any parts down there? Yeah, right there. We could run one off of there. And sure, why not? Yeah, I'm trying to keep it nice and compact, which basically means it's turning into be a brick. So not the most elegant design, but you know, it'll hopefully get the job done. Now my thought is to run a line over, tie those in, or we can just come back, run down. I don't really want to do a whole line though for, I don't know, I guess we can do conveyor tubes. You know, we could just do something like that. Sure, why not? Oh. Actually, we don't have to have that there, because we could do that. My other thought was to turn it the other way, and we can kind of wrap. But and then it's on a corner, and I can see us hitting it. So I don't really want to do that. I think I'd rather just have a line down. Oh, small and large reactors? Yes, they are. You're talking about for the nuclear? Yeah, they are still in the game. They haven't removed anything. They just added. We've now got the hydrogen engines, which is what we are kind of wanting to test here, since they seemed a bit buggy. God, it's so ugly. All right. And da 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 da. What is it? Is it shift? There we go. Oh, we actually can't. Can we actually bring in ice? Ice, yes. Amount. Well, oh yeah, we have gravity. Okay, now, is it actually going to do anything is the question. And we still got to hook up the bottom lines. I should hide. We don't need to see all the thrusters. And we don't really need to see the spotlights. Actually, I want to see those for now. Turn that off. We'll turn that off for now. And we don't need to see... Oop. We don't need to see those in there. Yeah, why does it... I don't get why it does that sometimes. It should be hidden. Yeah, it's doing it like that. I've run into that a couple of times. Or detector. Programmable block. Programmable block 2. Small battery 2. Okay. So neither of them are working. We're not actually show. Okay, well, we've got some of the thrusters working. Question is letting an idiot and not actually. No. Connected. Aren't we connected on? No, not there. Well, maybe we didn't actually connect them in. Alright, so maybe we do want to actually change that then. Yeah, I was kind of not hoping to not kind of have the corners exposed like that, but alright, I guess we will anyway. Okay, there we go. Now that'll tie our lines together. And I think we're gonna change that one. Yes. So we actually are, well, it's gonna be a mix of the two, I guess, because we need to get our lines back. Yeah, you just have to progress through, oh yeah, on the reactors. You have to progress through, so I'm not trying to, oh, yeah, wrong button. Hey, look, we got thrusters working now, yay. I'll tell you this, what though, this thing's gonna need a little bit of body work. Oh, and our thrusters are, oh, we got 2 thrusters upside down, awesome. Let's put those in right side up. Oh, it won't actually, let me see if I can actually see it. Anyway, all right, let's yeah, you do gotta progress through the stages now. So you start off with the starter kit. You can make some parts, basic parts. You make the basic assembler. Basically, it's the first thing you have to craft. You basically got to craft the basic assembler, right? You know, unless you're doing like armor blocks. You craft your basic assembler, and then with your basic assembler, you can craft the parts you need to make the the regular assembler. That's the one that, you know, we're all familiar with. Once you make the regular assembler, then you can craft the parts to make the reactors. So you can't use the reactors right off the start if you don't have them, because there's you know, you just can't get the parts. Okay, and so we're connected through there, to there, to there. And I'm thinking about, I'll take that bottom now. What is, oh, that's right, we have the one on the top. So we do need a 3 spotlight on the bottom. There we go. Now that'll pretty much, I could throw a spotlight in the back. I don't think I'm really gonna, it would actually be good if you're backing out of somewhere. Generally though, I find out, you know, you just turn yourself around. I don't usually stick a spotlight in the back. I say that and I'm gonna be like, man, I really wish I had a spotlight in the back right now. Okay, let's do, we need some drills on the front. And I do want to do connector port on the front as well, before I forget. So that'll give us that, and then we can tie off for, oh, we can actually come off it either way, and we'll come back. I mean, that should, there to there to there to there, that should pass through our inventories. So we should be good there. And before I forget, we need that last one. Oh, you know what? Oh, yeah, okay, we got top and bottom. So that will give us our lines there. And then what we're going to do is there. Oh, actually, those ones, oh yeah, we can't come up. Okay, there, there. I guess we'll do that way. We don't have to. I don't mind having redundant channels, just because if we do bash into something, you know, if it's got an alternate way for it to run, it's pretty, you know, good in my book. Okay, that'll let us get... Now, the only thing I don't like about the... Well, it's not set up for building. I don't want to get overly, oops, fancy on it anyway. What do we have? Oh, that's that one. One of these ways is... Oh, we're on the wrong... No wonder. I'm like, it won't... Where's my angle? It's not on the angled block. So, yeah, it's not going to work too well. Alright, so that should get all those working, and we might as well, since we're here, and just do that. That way if we bust out one side, it can still come around. You know, we might lose one thruster. The same thing, these come through the center off to one side. So really, if we lose that one, I think we might... Well, actually, it'll travel up through. So yeah, we've got the redundancy on there too. Alright, so how do we want to drill one. Let's not try to put the large drill in the small ship, shall we? And do we want to I don't know, you think that's going to be high enough? What is our, what's the standard spread on these? Might want to turn it the other way. Well, it's going to be centered anyway. We might want to bring it up one block. I don't know. We're not that high. Well, I guess we can test it. It's been so long since I did a drill ship. And then, obviously, we're not going to want them right like that. We're going to need a little bit of space in between them. I don't really know if I want to connect them directly together. What is it? 1, 2, 3. Is that going to be enough? It might be. Well, we'll find out. Seem all right. It's hideous. Three line. Actually, I kind of want to do 4. It's probably too late now. I'm gonna say I actually kind of want to do 4 drills, and do one at the top and one on each side, and then that will probably actually cover us pretty good with the size of this. Yeah, maybe we'll do that instead. We'll have to move that, and we might change these thrusters a little bit. But then they're not going to be... here's where we mess up the symmetricals. Or symmetrics. Symmetrics, is that a word? Symmetry. Let's go with that word instead. Let's do one more. They might be a little close, though, because we do have the... well, you know what we could do? We could set it up for build and repair, then. Oh, I'm looking for a frame. There we go. Because what we could do, put that there. Put the connector... That's not a connector. Put the connector... yeah. Well, it's alright, as long as the drill's not, we'll see. Oh, I already got drill. Oh yeah, because if we do one like that, then obviously that's not going to be too low. And then if we match it with one up top, yeah, that'll clear our tops. And then we can come, we're kind of off though, aren't we? No, actually, yeah, technically the bottom one could be a little bit lower. It's all right though. We'll call it good. And if we wanted to, say we could run a conveyor line up, we probably don't really need it. And the question is do we want to push those forward one more? Maybe we'll do that. That might balance that out a little bit better. Because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're not obviously leaving that like that, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so maybe we'll do that. And I think I might actually want this conveyor block, which is, I don't know if I want that close down there. That's, I can see that getting busted off when we dock. All right, maybe we'll just leave it the way it was. Yeah, I don't know why you're just floating there. I don't really need you floating there. That's all right. We'll do it like that. Now, if we wanted to, let's see what what's our view look like. Oh, awesome. Which normally, I think would be all right. Now, the question is, how do we want to tie these all together? So obviously that's coming back, feeding into there. I'd rather not come down on the cockpit. We can come up. We could come up and over. Come down. I'd rather not come down on the sides because it's going to be bracketing our view, basically. Though most of the time I do mine in third person. But we would have a line coming down on either side, which we have enough clutter in the cockpit as it is. So just for now, let's do something. 2, 3, 4. I think we need. Oh, and of course you don't turn around the same way. Yep. Okay, that would actually all feed in. It looks really, really, really horrible, but it would work. We could kind of do something like. Oop. Oh, that's not what I wanted you to do. You know, this was supposed to be just a quick, simple test. It didn't turn out quite that way. No, actually, I guess that doesn't help. We don't really need that. Because we've got the one in the center. Obviously, I like to be something a little bit more than just this. My other thought was to, you know, we could do maybe. I don't know if I really like that either, though. Something like that. And then just bracket it around. Nope. I don't know. Probably not going to like that either. not going to like that. It's going to be too easy to bash. I think I'd rather... I mean, that's not bad. I'd rather keep it behind the drill, though. Oh, actually, hopefully we're not getting too close to the thrusters there. Oh, that's funny. So that'll connect, but the corner one wouldn't. Oh no, we should be all right because we're on the inside of the line. One of these ways is the way I want you to turn. Thank you. It's getting a little close there. Pretty sure I just deleted something. I probably didn't want to. All right. Well, we're going to go take it for a test drive in a minute here before we get too crazy on it, since I want to make sure it's going to kind of work before we add a whole bunch of armor blocks and stuff. Well, we should actually get it into survival first of all and just make sure that it... Well, we actually are in survival. Never mind. I forgot I'm in admin mode. Do I need... What did I do? There we go. That needs to be a corner. And we'll see. I need one straight section, right? Yep. Yeah, see, I should have just done symmetry mode. The ship is so far identical on both sides. But strangely enough, for whatever reason, I usually just do it manually. I don't know. All right. I think that's probably a pretty good spread on it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. And if we wanted to, we could put, I think, the bigger thruster on there. We probably wouldn't want 2. Holy cow, that thing would be so fast. You know, for if we wanted to do just bare bones, that is... Oh, except we did pull off the... We pulled off the ore detector. We don't need cameras. We don't need that. We did the programmable blocks. Got the connector on there. I think we're good on spotlights and thrusters. And what we can do... Throw it right there. Very nice, well protected. These could actually not be... Yeah, it's funny. We could actually just do a line of thrusters. I mean, like, there's 3 directions right there. But, yeah, we're not going... Oh! Yeah, good thing we kind of did that, because I kind of forgot we never hooked that up. Okay, now I kind of do want to tie that. I don't know. I mean, honestly, I know it doesn't really matter, but when it's, you know, just sticking off of a line, it just doesn't sit right with me. And again, here we are with the whole ship being symmetrical. Okay, lights. Did we have... We do have some lights up front. Do we need more lights up front is the question. We could throw... Oh, actually we can't because we didn't do a connector there. or not a connector. Oh, we could actually put them on. Actually, I don't think we can. No, we can't. Yeah. All right. Let's first of all, let's see what it does. And it's still showing me 0% on the... Oh, well, yeah, it's going to show 0% because we have no tank. So, what do we want to do here then with... let's see, turn... We don't need to see that. We don't need to see that. We probably don't need to set that as a group. And then the connector. And we don't need to see... Why do you do that? Or detector. Oh, that's the spotlight. I was like, oh, we got a thruster out. No, actually. Save. Yeah, just in case. Okay. Oh. So if we dug a hole, and obviously that's just removal. That's plenty big enough. And if we go to mining, I think we should be pretty good. Now, strangely enough, it's actually working. We're not draining all of our hydrogen like we were. Oh, yeah, we got plenty of clearance. You know, I think the upper one could be a little bit higher. You know, but for a bare bones kind of like hydrogen, you know, no uranium, we could definitely work with this. And let's make sure that... Oh yeah, it's going to run out through the cockpit. That's alright though. Medium container, ice. So, it's using it, but I put 1K of ice in there. So, it doesn't seem like it's using it as fast as it was before on the server. And obviously the drills... And then the medium cargo container. Oh, we filled it up. Connector. Yeah, so we don't... I mean, this is on a 10x inventory, so we're not going to be able to hold all that much. And I wonder if we... No, stop it. No, that's close. I want to see if it'll actually... Yeah, see, it still shows us it. Now, what if we do... Still no power. Still no power. I mean, I think we are... We're using it slowly, so we're not, it's not like completely sucking it like it was the, on the server. Where are our... And not being depleted. So it seems like there is something funky going on with the power. Current input, current output. You know, it's not showing anything. And the same thing with the hydrogen. They're not showing any output. So it does, oops. Wow, this is where a backup camera would come in handy. Wait a minute. If we filled up all the inventories, where was everything? 1003. The full. The connector's full. Full. Oh, the drills weren't completely full. They were getting there. Pretty close though. But that seems like more normal usage. I mean, it's obviously going to use some. They weren't. I don't think we had them full. So, for a flying brick of a welder, it does its job. And obviously not quite as cheap as we could have made it. But, you know, kind of close. I kind of do wish it had some more cargo container space on it. Because, especially on smaller inventories, we're definitely going to fill it up. You know, on servers with a smaller inventory set. But it is something that I believe we should pretty much be able to make up right off the bat, except for I think the antenna and maybe the beacon. Yeah, the radio communications equipment and the beacon, same thing, radio communications equipment, obviously. Oh, I don't know if we can make metal grids from the start. Well, you'd have to have the basic refinery. You can't do it with the survival refinery because we can't make large steel tubes. So we'd have to at least have the basic refinery, but that one's relatively cheap. Obviously, we wouldn't have glass on the cockpit because, again, you need to have the higher end refinery for that, but it's technically perfectly seals your, I don't know, maybe plug your soup plugs into it, you know. But you can get an atmosphere, you know, in it. Actually, I think you can open your helmet up in it, so I'm not quite getting that one, but yeah, so that would, we could try building that one and see if it does the same thing. It doesn't seem like it doesn't have the bug that the other one does. Obviously, it's not, you know, we were watching it just drop. Huh. They don't have the, oh, actually, I don't think the, show all inventories. I don't think the hydrogen engine shows up as having an inventory. So, yeah, it's not going to show up in there. But, you know, still, that's, which is funny because you can carry, on the 3X inventory, you have 1,200 liters, or 1,200 liters. So, obviously, the cockpit can't even carry as much as a person can. I think they kind of nerfed the inventories a little bit too hard. You know, because this is set to 10x inventories right now. So it's going to be pretty small. Yeah, that's going to be really small. Huh. But I can go check. I might even pop on a different server and see if it does it on the official Keen server, because maybe it's a server issue. I don't really see that, though. I was going to say it could be server only and not... you know, maybe doesn't affect single player, but I don't know. You know, it's always possible. I kind of want to put a, it seems like there should be a connector right there, but it's not really needed. Now, and we could go through and armor the thing, obviously. But you know what? I don't think I am, just because it's supposed to be like a basic starter. Just, you know, I mean, you could build it minus the programmable blocks, and you know, you'd still have to have one battery, but those small batteries are starter items. So, you know, and really, I don't know, what is it gonna, you know, we're gonna get something like that, which obviously, you know, we could actually even do flat. And then do, you know, an angled if you wanted to come around. And that would recess him in a bit. You know, so there is no, there is some option to spruce it up a little bit, but oops, I wanted to, yep. You know, but I think just to start off. Oh, yeah, I'm not looking at ramp. Thank you. You know, so there's we didn't want to delete that one. That's right, that was not a conveyor. But I would say that this is acting like the big ship now. No, actually, because the big ship's not drawing fuel. Huh. Oh, we don't have anywhere to mount that right now. And if we did something like, oh, there. Yeah, I mean, it'd be easy enough to clad it and make it look, you know, a little bit better. If we really, you know, wanted to do so. But, you know, is it, you know, for a starter ship, is it really gonna, you know, I mean, I don't know. We might use it for a while. Who knows? I mean, is it still going to be a flying brick? Yes, it's still going to be a flying brick. There's not really any way around that. Just kind of wasn't really looking for aesthetics on it. Like I said, more one functional. It does seem like it'll get the job done. Obviously, it's going to be a bit of iron, but you cannot put the programmable blocks in it, which we should like, you know, throw an LCD screen on, which we could put one up here or even off to the side and be protected. Kind of block the light though, but you know, the lights could come up one more, throw an LCD screen on, and then we could see our remaining ice, run that off of a script, you know, auto dock, something, you know, a couple of them. We do got two in there, so we could have a couple of, you know, one short inventory capacity and how much ice we have. And then, you know, we could have the other one, which that could all go to one display. But I think why does that seem... one of those is off, isn't it? One block. No? Oh, nope. I guess that's just me. Nope. Yeah, we're even. But obviously hideous. But functional? Yes. Okay. Da 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 da. Ow. Oh. Oh, I do want to check and see automated or detect satellite. Yeah. So that might be worth checking out, and we don't really need anything in there either. All right, but what are we at now? Oh, we're at an hour and a half. All right, what is it? Oh, about 4 in the morning. Okay, so at least single player, the miner works. You know, or the hydrogen engines work. I guess the only thing we'd have to do now is I'd have to load it up on that other server and see if it's if it is a that's interesting. So they have that shows up, but they don't have... Oh, we never named it. Yeah, that's fine. Should at least, nope, no screenshot. Come on. I mean, it's a little test one. We'll see. But, yeah, if we load it up on the other server, we should see if we're getting the same issue. And if we are, then it's either a server issue or the mod issue. If it's not, then... or if it doesn't do it, I don't know. I guess it, because we were getting it before, so I guess it was a one-time, not bug, but just a bug in general. But if it does do it, it's either a mod issue or server side, a server only issue. And then I guess we'd have to jump over to another server and see if it does it. And if it doesn't do it, then it's a mod issue and not a server issue. Where it drains it like that. But there's still, it looks like the consistent issue is they're not displaying the power. The batteries are doing that as well. You know, we never built a reactor, so we haven't checked to see if it's not, you know, if the reactors are doing it. But at least for the hydrogen and the hydrogen and the batteries is basically they're showing no, you know, no power output. So there's something a little funky there. Yeah, lovely. Stop. I just kind of want to see you without the bright sun in the way. Hey, look, if we do that, no sun. Yep, Damon, have a good night. I'm in the stream here in a couple minutes. I'm just doing my normal end of stream kind of ramble. Yeah, and this will be the last one for tonight. We're not going to do a... oh yeah, that's right. They added that there. We're not going to do another stream because it's, like I said, it's about 4 a.m. Usually I would kind of do another one, but I do have to, you know, whole wife wrecking her car thing. So I've got to kind of get up early tomorrow to deal with that. But we'll do some streams tomorrow. Hopefully before they end the beta testing. I think I should be back early enough, bearing, you know, wrecked car issues needs to be dealt with. So, yeah, but so there is some issue there, I guess, basically with the reactors. We figured that out. And a little minor that we can use. The testing it ends tomorrow. They've never specified if it's just the servers or if we lose access to the beta branch or the survival test branch. So I guess we'll kind of have to figure that out. But anyway, if we haven't, then we can keep messing around on the same server we were on. If they did, we'll go back to the regular stream. Or see, you know, we might be able to have access to it still. I don't know. We'll find out. So I guess we'll play it by ear. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. And we will pick up in the next episode, I guess, depending on what version of Space Engineers we have available to us. If it's the beta version, we'll build this on the server, see what happens. Or the survival test, we'll build this on the server, see what happens. And, you know, either get some use out of it or, you know, we'll just have to just build a regular ion miner and with the reactors on it, or just throw a couple reactors. I would probably just load a pre, because for one, they're nicer. But you know, I don't want to carry around 2 hydrogen oxygen generators and 2 engines if they're not working right on servers. So again, but that's for the next episode. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Comments, suggestions, whatnot down below, and I will see you guys in the next episode.